Hi, welcome back guys. This episode we're gonna put our harbor hub into the game. Everything seems to working fine, so I hope you're gonna stay to the end of the episode and you can have a look how all of what you see in front of you was built today. So stay tuned and I will see you at the end of the episode. So as you saw in a quick intro to today's episode, we're gonna focus on this part of the port by adding a passenger one. But before we do that, I need to add some connections to that. So what I was thinking about bringing a train in here in some way, probably like just on this side, and we need a few more people. So what I was hoping to do today was extending our city a bit by adding few houses on this side of the train line. So that's something we're gonna do today. So first of all, let's just do a quick change, and I'm gonna upgrade this road in the back, and we're gonna use that road and a couple of other roads just to increase size of the population. The reason for it, I will show you. I think it's employment from memory. There we go. We have at the moment 20,000 jobs to fill, and you can actually see that. See, the one thing that it's keep changing for me for some reason, it's keep changing to tropical settings for my visuals. I don't really know why, and I'm not gonna go into that just now, but that's something that I need to check. So I'm gonna do a couple of things in here. So before we do anything else, that needs to be sorted, because see, when we have that in place, there will be couple more people coming in, so we can use that as a good starting point. So see, the roads we have in here, we actually gonna use those ones just to see where are the borders of our future neighborhood in here, and for that I'm gonna use terrain height, so I can actually see what to avoid, and I would like to stay just the angles. That will be probably the easiest way to do, and I will try to stay within this line in here. We're gonna use it as probably a small park, but a part of that, everything in here will be filled in as much as we possibly can, just because we just need more people in. And as you can imagine, it's like a port town we have just now, so there will be more people thinking about moving in to this small city. I'm gonna use it as a park. Where we are, there we go, in here. So I think we need to cut this off. Probably it's at somewhere at this point, just because I want to, have a buffer between the industrial and all the usage we're gonna have in here. A bit of a commercial maybe, just to add a few more shops, but I can't do a lot because more commercial means more jobs, and we have demand for commercial zones, so we're gonna get there, but it's not massive one, so we're not gonna really focus on that. And let's just go for this road like this. So let's just get back to the live part. Okay, so that's our boundaries. So that means we keeping all our future neighborhoods within the limits. And I think I need to divide this in a couple of parts. So using those roads again, would be good to have a couple of connections. So like this one here, I would like to keep it straight like that. That will be one. This one here on this side, that will be good to have. Let's just switch off everything. I would like, oh my goodness, why I can't move it? Let's just move that node so I can actually do something there. So I would like to have you straight in there. How to make this connection without actual connection? No. I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna move it like there. We're gonna move it I know what to do. There we go. I want this connection. Okay. And then we can have this road coming maybe stretch for a bit longer and then go in there. That needs to be divided probably in three separate parts, so we can have this connection there, this one there, and we can have probably something like that. The one thing I'm keep getting back to is I'm thinking about this road in here. So what we have, we have this Belanaba road in here, which is looking great, but I'm just thinking, look, the settings changed again, and let me just get back to it. Just 1 second. Sorry, I just had to change a few settings. So what we have in here just now, that will be our future neighborhood, and I would like to have some plans for it, because see if that's gonna be too busy. We just need to double track it, because at the moment we have like two tracks coming to one, and I don't know, probably we're gonna change it, but not for now. In fact, I'm thinking about probably moving these nodes a bit like that, and then using our amazing tool to arrange line. That's too much. What we're gonna do again, I'm just gonna change this a bit. Yeah, and then again using multi-tool. Let's just try. That's too much. What about there? Yes. And using the same tool a couple of times, we can have this line. Probably a bit too much.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm your host, Dr. Zerkis.
Like that.
We've been talking about aliens. And as we've established,
And
they'd obviously be trying to reach us telepathically. But we're still living in the Dark Ages. You admit to anything unusual, your professional credibility is finished.
that for the future will give me more options
Either way, which is precisely why we need to build a proper telescope. It's really too bad people
for trains and more space. That's the main thing for trains. If we need to double track it, there we go. And what about this? No, that's too much. So I think that will be the best way as a future proof. So when we have that sorted just for the future, what I was thinking to do, I was thinking about bringing train tracks in here. That won't be easy, but we have to try. So if I go to train tracks, let's just see what could we do in here. I'm thinking something like that. And then using our amazing move it, we can actually bringing like a bit closer, something like this. And then we need a connection there, but we get there in a second. So what you should have in here, we should have our connection for trains, bus, train, tram hub. I mean tram, not really. I think the first one we need to select, it will be our quick save. That will be our harbor bus hub, which we can have in here. And I was hoping to have you somewhere here. That will be a noisy, but I'm alright with that. So where's the line connection? So that will be here. Something like this. It's such nice building. Yeah, and few bus lines, which is good. But then, what kind of a station we're gonna have in here? So this, we need to find a station, something small. simple train station. That would be probably too much. That small one. I would like to use you, but it's just the way it's put in place. It doesn't look good. That's not the right one. So let me just see a couple of them, and then we can make a call which one of them will be the best choice. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna see this one in here, and the last one I quite like this one. That's amazing looking station. It's brilliant. Seeing in real life, it's looking really good. The only thing, how we gonna put this station into working? Let me just think. That's an option. That's a no straight away. So that's need to go. This one, no, that's a no. This one will be probably good, so I'm thinking between those. Probably between those two. So the question is how we're gonna use them, if they're gonna actually fit in the space. So let me just move this one first and see if we can actually fit this station somewhere like in here. Because that should be something like this. Yeah, I think that will be actually alright to have it there. The only thing, we're gonna change the height of both of them to the height of this node. And of course we need to remove tracks from here. Yeah, that will be alright. The only thing, we need to move this to that spot. Oh, that's much nicer. And then having the node selected, what you could do, you can actually select all the nodes and we're gonna move it to this spot, and then using move it again, that should be there, that should be there. This node could go back, and that node should be back. Of course,
You're there for a
heights
real,
are all over the place.
It's like what they used to call astral projection, but without all the mumbo jumbo. It's all science. The human mind, you see, produces an extremely powerful analog signal, but obviously at extremely low amplitude. Otherwise, it would blow you apart. But if we amplify and filter the signal properly, well, let's just say the sky would no longer be the limit. You're listening to 80s movie tunes. Now it's time for another song.
Perfect. And then we're gonna move you like in here. And that could go there. There we go. So that should be something like this. Okay. And of course we have to fix our terrain, because after all those craziness what we just did, there is a lot of water inside for no reason. I mean, it shouldn't be there at all. So everything will be flooded just now, which is fine. We're gonna fix it in a second. So let me just wait for water to settle and I get back to you. So water settle a bit. So we have train station for all the trains coming in, so will be a good transfer. I think I need to move this a bit. I just don't like this not being parallel one to another, and I can use this tool in here. There we go. I don't think I like those parkings in here. I'm gonna add actual parking in here using our parking roads, but just for now I need to find a way to have this connected to that track, which probably won't be easy because we have this connection, so that's all cargo trains coming in, but we can have a wheel loop coming in here, and that will be actually quite interesting to do in here. So let's just try what we can do starting from we need it here, so let's just see if I can actually do this. So that will be probably there. We're gonna have this connection coming here, and of course I need to change it. So that will be more likely looking like this. That's needs to be a much closer. Exactly, so how to do this part? So all I need to do probably will be the best choice to add a node like there, same as we did in here. So we have two nodes, and I'm gonna do the same thing in here. And if that's the case, I can use that road and we can actually upgrade you to this connection. It's too low, but that's not a problem because train tracks are actually too high. So we can go down like this. How it's looking from this direction, something like this. And then we need a proper connection to our train. Probably this spot will be the best solution. So whatever the connection is gonna look like, that will be ugly. That will be not looking good. But we have our modes to give us a hand if that's the case. So I can change it something like this. Yeah, that's looking correct. Of course, this connection is absolutely not in the right place. That needs to be fixed. Probably to that spot. So that means those wires, they're not gonna collide one to another. Okay, so that's one job done. And then we can go to this node settings and we can add this one like there, and the blue one should be like in here. So there we go. So see, there's no collision between those two. The only thing we have to do, we have to use our tool. 2% is fine. I'm okay with 2%. I think I'm gonna use that's too much in size. I'm gonna use our tool just to add a bit of a gravel in there. How are we looking? It's actually looking okay. I mean, trains will slow down in here, which is, you know, that's of course gonna happen. But if that's the case, we can extend our train. If I go to train tracks, I'm gonna move you there, and this one will be moved in here. And of course, we need to add our stops back. So that means we have people coming in to our station, we have people transferring to our passenger station, which is good. So now we need to bring some buses, and for that I need a nice connection here. Just for now, I'm gonna put this road like that, and now we have to move a couple of props. They're looking good, but not in this spot. Okay. I don't know, I had so many of them in here. Oh, there's one more. Okay. And I think the only thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep it like that, because then it means it's straight. But this one, there we go, it just looks much nicer. There we go. So that means we have our connection for services like garbage, for example. Yeah. So our train station is filled straight away, which is good. We have people moving and walking in here, which is another good news for us. There we go, that's our first train. What they're gonna do just now? So people are coming in. It's actually looking quite busy, which I'm really glad to see. The only thing I'm gonna remove from here is this parking spot. So see, if we go to vanilla, parks, and using even park, where are the parking spots? Quite a few assets. I should have vanilla ones, of course. Oh, there we go. That's this one. What's the size of it? Oh my goodness, it's too much. That will be great, but they just... let's just see if I have anything a touch smaller. Everything is quite long. Quick save. That's a massive one. That's too much. I'm just thinking what I can use in here to remove those parking spaces and actually add something in here. What happened there? So station is working fine. 500 people, which is good. So the people are coming in. So let's just see how we're gonna move our bus routes. Think I'm gonna have one in here. So that's one. I'm gonna have one in here. That's two. And there's a couple of bus routes in here, like for example this blue one, which we're gonna move to this spot. There we go. So that's like our local connection, which that's exactly what I want to see. So this transfer, it's for like a city transfer, so transfer between local local routes we have. Perfect. And that will be like a regional transfer between the buses we're gonna have from like outside the city. There we go. Our cruise ship is on its way. I think I'm gonna change the models for them. I don't know if I have any ship cruise. I have only one model. There we go, that's another train coming. So as soon as they're gonna realize they can use it as a hub, there will be more and more people coming in. There we go. we have some movement, which is good. And those buses are gonna start working as well. I quite like they using our. The only thing I don't like is this place in here. Can I use our tool in the presence of bulb? What we have? Trash container. Plain trash bin. I'm looking for those containers. The only thing, I don't think we can actually remove them. That's a problem. I can remove this one. No, I can't remove it. That's a bummer. But what we're gonna do, if that's the case, we can have something in here to hide it, because they're going through containers and I can't remove them. So we're gonna have something in place to hide it, because if I go to maybe a park or something, that will be actually quite cool to have. Those ones are too big, that's for sure, but we can have something in here as a solution. So we get to that shortly. So we have our trains, we have our ships coming, and I think that will fit into this place quite nicely. So if that's the case, what you can expect, there will be probably quite a few people going on a cruise ship, and what they're gonna look for, they're gonna look for space to park the car and just move on to the like holiday vacation destination. So we can use some car spaces in here. I would really like to use those ones. The only thing, they're gonna be a bit too much. So what I'm gonna do instead, I will try to find a way to use parking spaces we have, and at the same time removing parking spaces from this one maybe. No, that's a garden plaza. That's. What about you? That's, again, it's a bit too much. That's too big. That's too wide. So it's not easy to find something that could be used in here. That's, again, a bit too long. That's a plaza. What about you? What about this one? So if I put you there, that's probably gonna be an option for us, because I can move you there. Yeah, let's just try that. So again, using our tool, parking spaces, that's away, parking spaces away, and parking spaces away. How are we looking? Oh, that's much nicer. That's much nicer. So if that's the case, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy you and paste this like in here. Of course, we need to move it to have this fit properly, but I would say that's probably the best options we have just now. The only thing I don't understand why we have this massive dip in there. There we go. That's much better.
Welcome everyone, I'm Dr. Zerkitz, sharing some groundbreaking new theories on air with you. We'd be turning the world on its head if people would only listen.
A couple of trees that we can change. A part of the asset anyway, so I'm okay with that. And then what we're gonna have some parking spaces in here, and for that again I need to use that tool to make this flat, and I'm gonna use
this is exciting. This offer is just for you because you deserve it. Come alone.
our parking tools, because the road is there. Quick save, come on. I quite like this road to have it like that,
I'm famous chef
and
Tony
then
Magoni, owner
using
of Tony Magoni Steakhouse. And when people ask me where I get my award-winning meat from,
parking
it's from one
spaces.
Meaty Bits. No matter what you need, be it a smoked pig, a goat by sunset, or a 10-foot alligator and a salty brine, Meaty Bits will get it
Let's
to
just
fast
find
with a
them now.
smile and completely without judgment.
Like
So,
vanilla
if it's
assets
good
that
enough for
will be.
Tony Magoni
What about those
Steakhouse,
ones? I haven't
why
used
not
those
be
ones.
good
They will
enough
be
for
probably
your
even
public service?
better.
Yeah. Get in touch with Meaty Bits. Tell them Tony sent you. Meaty Bits. If it ever was alive, they can get it to you.
How they look like in here.
We're talking crowdsourcing this hour. Obviously a hoax, but a hoax on who and by who? Is it the
Yes,
government
I
paying
prefer them,
or is it the
because
rest?
then there's no trees.
Maybe it's a little of both. You tell me.
Yes,
Either way, you guys are embarrassing
there's no
us in front of the
trees.
aliens. They're probably watching you. And you're making
Yeah,
us look like a
they're
bunch of
gonna look
idiots.
attached
Dr.
nicer
Zerkis,
for
you're
me.
listening to 80s movies.
And maybe even those ones there. There we go. If that's the case, can I have a couple of them in here? Yes, I can. 1 and 2. There we go. And if that's the case, I can use assets which I really like for example this one. Of course not a brush size, but for example like this one, we can have you there. And we can have a couple of benches like in here. So while you're waiting for your bus, for your train and all sort of stuff, you can actually have your time in here. That's exactly what we can use in here, just to hide this nastiness. And a couple of benches and couple of plants will be probably nice as well. Can I use something bigger like this? Oh, that would be nice to have as a park space, or even this will be good to have. We see how to use it. There will be a solution for us. Perfect. So we have those parking spaces, but again I need the actual parking spaces on this side. The only thing I would like to use the vanilla one because I quite like them. They look quite cool. They decent in size. Where are you? And I think that will be a good point to see if we can use there we go, the big one. Actually, yes. Yeah, they're actually looking good in here. So having this road, can I have this connection, please? I think we need to use our tool to unlock this road, have this connection there. Maybe when using this node a bit. And now we need to get back and lock it again. Perfect. So that will give us a nice parking space just in front, which is exactly what I'm after. And then in here we can have a couple of maybe a path in here.
Another question from our listeners. Thanks for the great show, Dr. Sanders. Your theories are far out, but I'm worried about the influence. Stephen Hawking said, is there anything like
there we go, to connect those roads.
The good Dr. Hawking. You could never meet a more paranoid maniac.
And if that's the case, I can use
exactly what they do. But if they're anything like us, I very much doubt they'd survive their
our
own
pavement
destruction. They'll either have
like
intelligent
that,
people in charge, or they'll
and then once again we can use our assets
nice. Thanks for the question.
and add a couple of benches in here. And see if you have a bit of a shadow there, like that. And like this. And then you can have ice cream barrel and maybe like a hot dog van, like right next to it. And a wee snack like that. There we go. Perfect. So we have a couple of options. So we have movement here. We have movement here. We have our buses. And there should be quite a few people using that route. There we go. Quite like that. Hundreds and hundreds of them coming in. That's good. So we have that part of the city sorted. Looking really good. The only thing I need to change is see these cruise ships. They coming. They're not looking the best. I would say probably like if you going on a cruise, then yes. But I don't think we're gonna use them more often. So that's a couple of options we have. We have our bus lines coming in to our hub. We have trains, we have ships. I think we need to add a taxi stand as well, and I was thinking maybe another road like in here. Again, I'm gonna use this one because I quite like the look of it. If I go by angle and road length, road guidelines, can I use the same route? Yes, I can do that. And if that's the case, I can add our stands. I mean, I prefer to have them even in here, but I think they deserve their own bit. What about in here? Can I add you somewhere in here? Probably no. I don't think they're gonna look right. You know what? What about here? We have get you like there. No, I don't want this connection. And we're gonna use our tool with the extension of the road. There we go. And the same route I don't need any connections. The only thing I just need is an angle. Perfect. And if that's the case, I can actually add our taxis just under here. Why I can't add it in here? Okay, if that's not the case, it's not a problem, because we can have it like that. Well, that's a perfect spot for a taxi stand. It's not gonna take any space at all. The only thing is why it's so high. Why it's so high? Like something like that. Perfect. Quite like it. And see, the one thing with the taxis, it will be good to have them somewhere like in here as a taxi depot. Just to give them more access to the actual cars. We can have you like in here. Yeah, that will be good. The only thing we have to do is just to remove the this, and instead we can add a couple of those bits just to have this more unified. Perfect. So our multi-hub, it's looking quite good. The only thing is, I'm actually wondering about bringing the ferries in here. We have them in there as a ferry stop, going back and forward between our nature reserve and this point in here, so there will be some movement in here. So see, if you're on cruise, you can actually walk through there. Nice park, nice place to visit, and you have your ferry stop just in there. So I don't think it's really essential to have it, and it's looking actually good. The one thing I was wondering, I actually download nice assets. What was the name for it? Oh my goodness me. I think that was a building. That wasn't a prop. That was... That was a building. I'm gonna find it. That was like a... there we go. That was like a port, end of the port lantern, so I'm gonna get back to it. But so far so good. How our tax is just one being used, but we get there, we get there. Our toll booth is working well, and look, we have tons and tons of people actually using our bus lines, our train lines, and I hope our ship lines as well. That looks really busy, which I'm very pleased to see. Buses are coming in, we have our tooling here, so it's really busy place to be. So this sorted. I'm really glad our options to use the new hubs is working. That's absolutely brilliant. So guys, for now that will be it for today. The next episode we're gonna add something in here, like a bit of a commercial to have it in here, and we're gonna expand our residential in there. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and of course if you like the that kind of a topic, stay with the channel, stay tuned to the channel, and I hope to see you next time with more content like this. So take care, and bye bye.